What's up?
Your boy Colo Red.
Joffrey with a G.
Man, running the streets, man. We thought we was grown. You know what I mean? Trying to keep up with you. You know the big boys, man.
Man, wildin' out, bro. Remember Top Lot?
Yes, sir.
Posting up.
Jet in, jet out.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, life, it was just great, man.
Family oriented.
Lynn Street.
You remember the smokestacks, bro?
Blacktop, though, under the shelter. That's where it was at. Common ground, border.
What up, what up, what up? I'm Joffrey with the G.
And this your boy Face Cap One back at again with Big Bro, and we here to give our point of view about things. You might like it, you might love it, but his opinion hate it. Yes, sir.
That's it. So maybe we shine some light on your situation.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with a little insight.
You know? Let's get started, bro.
All right, man. What's on your mind?
Yo, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is men respecting each other due to the threat of violence, you know.
Okay, so basically what we left off last episode.
That's it.
Now, how you feel about that? I know I have my opinion about it.
I mean, you know, it's that threat level is gonna always be there, you know. Sometimes it's overrated, like it's somewhat fake. Like you may think somebody they tough or whatever because the way they speak. So you're like, I don't know if I want to try them. You know, they may be soft, they may not be. So
right. I mean, it's look aesthetics. You know, like the guy that's in the gym, he can bench press 300 or 400 pounds. Oh God, he just have the look like he's just gonna thrash everybody.
Exactly.
You know, but you know, yeah, that part. You know,
right. But we know how that go. I mean, sometimes it be the smallest dude knock out the biggest dude.
Man.
Just saying it happen.
That's that compact muscle, man.
Yeah.
The shorter you is, man, the tougher your muscle is.
Yeah, man. I mean,
the way it is, your muscle's strong. I don't know.
And you can't never rule out a person's heart. Like,
man.
You know, you can be 6'10" and be a straight coward, and you can be 5'2" and be a giant,
straight beast, man.
Yeah, so
beast mode, and that's yeah. You know, and this my thought outside of that. You know, when I think about it, at least at the end of the last talk we had, was more so with women arguing with men,
right?
Saying what they want to say. You know, of course, there's a free speech. You know, free to say what you want to say, whatever. You know, but the way women interact with men when they're angry, say for example, not household type, you know, domestic stuff, not
right.
that, you know,
right.
No,
that's
abuse.
emotional.
That's nah. I'm talking about like when we at the club, right? And then you know, women get beside themselves. I mean, you see it in video, World Star, Facebook, you know, Instagram, whatever. You know, they get into the face of a man like a man. Right. And it's my thing is when you know, the threat of violence is like they do that because it's safe. You understand? So if men really reacted to women stepping in their face like a man would, like if they got that same reaction, I don't think they would do that. And that's why what I mean by, you know, men respecting men because of that threat of violence. Well, we don't get up in each other's face like that. And if we do, we know the consequence behind that.
Well, you know, back in the day, they used to smack a woman in the mouth. I mean, it's especially like how we talking right now, and a woman just walked in and started talking. Right. Like back in the day, it's like, don't you hear two men talking? Pow. Right. And that's it.
Stay in your place. Yeah. I think we out of that stay in your place mode. It's like, I don't know.
We cater now. Like it's no longer you free to talk at home, is outside of the home now. Like, so I think that's why it's different. Right. You know, we created that atmosphere to where a woman feel like she don't need a man, and that's because the safety as a whole, like no matter what country you go to, you got certain countries where they still they kill a woman. If a woman was committed adultery, they can still kill that woman, stone her to death. Yeah, right, you know. Right. But over here, you know, you just kind of she free to choose and do what she want to do.
Liberation.
You know? Yeah. Right. You know, so I think that's what we are. It's just
they're comfortable because there's no reaction. You know, like a man. You know, with them, I guess, with them screaming, "I don't need a man," because you're comfortable. You know, I mean, it's like a man screaming, "Middle finger to a job." Now, dude, if you don't work, you don't eat.
Exactly.
Like, it ain't nobody coming to your rescue. I don't know of any government systems or branch of government that protect men. You know what I mean? Like, the homeless rate of men is like, have you really seen a homeless woman?
All right.
I mean, unless she on drugs or something, she got to have a drug habit. Yeah. But I mean, really, like the ratio of probably of homeless men to women, like
I mean, a woman. I mean, if she got pretty feet, she gonna probably have a man. I mean, somebody gonna take her in.
Somebody gonna take her in.
I mean, she could have flat chest, flat booty, but pretty feet.
I mean, men want to have sex at the end of the day. So it's like
somebody gonna take her in.
Somebody gonna take her in. Yeah. You know, whether it's the type man she feels she desire, but a man would, versus you see a homeless man on I-24, I-75, I-85, or whatever busy street. The chance of a woman just gonna look past him. You know, like
she don't even see.
You're beneath me. Right. You know, and I guess that's the hypergamy.
You know. Yeah, bro. It's
men are typically not hypergamous.
And we tend to want to protect our community because I would say that's how we look at it. Like when if I'm here in Chattanooga, I want to protect Chattanooga. You know, so anybody that's trying to raise the threat level on Chattanooga, I'm gonna bring it.
Oh yeah, you gotta come to the defense,
right? Because it's not that you being disrespectful, but you putting everybody in my city in harm's way. So therefore, I have to step up as a man and put an end to that.
Right.
You know, because this my community. This where I live.
Right.
You know, the principles we live by, the lifestyles we have. Now you're I guess encroaching on that lifestyle. So we got to back you up.
Right. And that's real. I mean, no person fear a neighborhood, fear a city because of a woman.
Nah, look, bruh, I got a scenario.
That threat of violence is real.
If every man in America went to a different continent, right? It just say everybody in the United States, every guy was like, you know what? Let's just leave. Let's go to another.
The Thanos snap.
Yeah,
everybody's gone.
We all just say, man, let's go to South America. So we all just go to Brazil or whatever. Every man that's in America, we up and left. So all right, it's little kids and women in this country. How long would it take the weakest country with no nukes or none of that to take over the United States?
Oh man,
it wouldn't take them long. I would say maybe a month.
Probably a month. I mean, I'll tell you,
because you got some women that can shoot guns and all that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would never underestimate a woman, you know, her wrath and what she can do. No, but you know, eventually they're gonna fight amongst each other. So as a man, you know, you let that happen first. Yeah, so they're gonna fight amongst each other. The infrastructure is gonna break down.
Yeah,
like you say. I mean, women being free to do what they want whenever they want, to take any job opportunity, you know, to do that. You know, you might have 10 men that work in, you know, keeping the sewer system together, and then you have 1 or 2 women. Like the ratio is not there. So it's going to be a learning curve for a lot of women, you know. But the infrastructure,
it's gone.
You know, they're going to fight amongst themselves. infrastructure first, right? You got to maintain stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now this, like I named, like the sewer systems start breaking down, the water, water treatment,
All right.
Buildings itself, vehicles, it's a small number of women that's in those fields. You have women that's welders,
All right.
but it's 80 men that's welders, so you have that one special woman. She got to retrain, she got to train them how to do this. And then stuff is heavy.
Bruh, I watch it every day. Like, it'd be one woman who can actually keep up.
Mm-hmm.
But out of the 20 women that probably work in that department, it's only that one.
All right.
So 1 out of 20.
Yeah.
But it's probably more out of 1 out of 100.
Yeah.
On
a major scale.
Right, on a major
just
scale.
Looking around.
Yeah.
They're looking at her and like, what to do next.
Right.
So if you got a lot of them just waiting around looking at this one woman
that's
work like a man,
she gonna work
crumble.
like a man. Yeah,
it's gonna crumble.
But most of them, they ain't gonna they gonna be, hey, I need help, or they doing what they would normally do if a man was present, which was hey, how you doing? That's my woman voice. Like, hey, how you doing? And trying to finesse a man to
do the work for him.
Do the work for him. Now that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, now you have to do.
You got to do the work.
You have to do the work.
Yeah,
and that goes back into the comfort thing. Like they're comfortable enough in their environment to say, "I don't need a man." Of course, you don't, because technically, life is set up for you not to need it.
Right.
I mean, government systems, welfare, and all this type of stuff. The way things are set up and designed, you really don't. I agree.
But man, a lot of them women that say that, they have a male. Mm-hmm. It may not be a man,
Oh, yeah.
What we consider a man, you handling your business, you taking care of your family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you going to work every day. You protecting your household. I mean, everything that a man has pretty much been told that a man should do from the beginning of time that I know of. I mean, that's what a man do. He gonna protect his home, his community, his city, state, whatever, country. A man just gonna do that. Anytime I remember the football player that he ended up dying over there in Afghanistan, but he was successful.
I know you're talking. I can't think his name.
I can't think his name either, but he was like real successful. Star in the league, and he stopped doing what he loved to do to go defend his country.
Right.
Just like, but that's a man. Like when you get called to do something, you ain't thinking about like, I don't know where you are in life. You like, man, I'm real successful. I'm doing good, man. I ain't gonna do that. Nah, you don't think like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's what it is, man. So all right, so let's talk about de-escalating a situation, man. Sometimes we take things overboard, and things can escalate really fast and can become violent. And so bro, Face,
yes, sir.
What do you do to de-escalate a situation? It may be some words back and forth they get said. Somebody just come at you all the wrong way. How do you de-escalate that?
Well, you got to be bilingual. You got to come where they at. It depends. On the level of emotion and ignorance that you're dealing with, right? So, with people in the streets, sometimes there's only one language that they know, that they understand. That don't mean you got to be just as belligerent, but crazy recognize crazy, right?
Right.
So, they swearing and cussing and do all that, you ain't got to swear and cuss at them back per se, but you have to use it in your vocabulary because that's their level of understanding, aggression. They don't, it's give and take. A lot of black people, right, with the police. You got to be bilingual. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I remember a time when, you know, I was with you and got pulled over by the police, and I was about to start acting niggerish. But you was calm.
You was young, bro.
I was young.
Younger.
You was cool, calm, and collective. You just like,
yes, sir.
I mean, you
no,
let
sir.
me talk, and then you was like, chill out, little bro.
Yeah.
And I chilled out. Like right there, it clicked like a snap, and I'm like, yeah, I'm out of place. I'm out of pocket. I'm doing too much. I'm acting like this guy really can't pull me out of this car, slam me, and 100% get away with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like from there was like, I mean, amongst, you know, daddy talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mom, she may have mentioned, but daddy gave us a speech, whatever. But that was like my first real world experience.
Right.
And you knew exactly what to do, even though I was clueless, but I got it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of people, you know, white people, they can sometimes talk to the police how they feel.
Yeah.
You know, and it's okay. And I give that same respect to, you know, as a black person can talk to a black police officer for the most part how they feel. Why? Because there's no disconnect.
All right.
They understand for the most part. We're from the same type neighborhood. We get it. Mm-hmm. They understand black people aggression, and you know it may sound aggressive, but you know a black person to another black person, we know it's some jive. Versus a white person, you know, may take it as a perceived threat.
That's true, yeah.
You understand? So knowing that our communities are different. Yes, we are all Americans, but we're all raised different, you know. So a black officer might look at me and be like, boy, shut up.
You know, and
you know.
All right, so this something I just experienced the other day. I was working with some people that I hadn't worked with. And I mean, this guy, he was new on the job, and I mean, he wasn't making a lot of money. He was very vulgar in his speech, and I could tell he was unlearned, like very I don't know, maybe his education level was maybe 8th grade or something. I don't know.
Non-cultured.
I mean, yeah, he just every word was just like this dude. So I was like,
you recognize the ignorance.
I mean, he was so ignorant, and while he was insulting me, you know, because you know, my position, people would say that we don't do any work, right? Okay. And we make all this money, but we ain't doing no work. So after all his insults, I just looked at him and said, "Man, how you doing today, man?"
Oh man, see,
and he was pissed off, but then he was like, "Oh well, you know." And it was like I could feed into it and make it worse of a situation. But the point was, I need you to put the correct doors on this car. So I don't need to be arguing with you, because the next person behind me gonna curse you out. This a black woman that's helping too. She gonna curse you out. Right. And then you gonna be angry. I don't feel like working with an angry person. So, okay, you insulted me. You got it off your chest. You know what? I don't care. You don't sign my checks. I mean, but this is just how I think. So I just say, man, all I could think of was, how you doing today, man?
That's it.
And he shut up.
That's nice, nasty.
Yeah. I cursed him out without cursing him out.
Right.
You know, he had no comeback to that. But oh yeah, I'm doing all right.
That one of them things where they say killing with kindness.
Yeah, you do.
But the thing is probably, you know, that you know you listen to yourself every day, right?
Right.
So probably your energy, your tone, even though it let's say it wasn't aggressive at all in the least bit, but just how it what's that word I'm looking, conveyed to him, like, that ain't the one, because he's not emotional. See, people expect that emotional, that way they can know how to come at you, like, okay, now it's gonna get to that level of violence. Like it wasn't no 0, and then it's 5%, now it's 10%, now it's 30-80% of emotion, now 100%, that peak, now the violence gonna happen.
All right.
He couldn't read you.
He was trying, you know, you know, through his insults, you know, but
trying to provoke you.
Yeah, he definitely was trying, but it, you know, I guess even when like my boss's boss start giving me a hard time, and then he gonna be like, man, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just playing with you, because they know what type dude I haven't changed.
Right.
They've been knowing me for, you know, more than 10 years, and they like, this dude ain't changed. So this who Joffrey with the G is, you know.
They intrigued by you.
Yeah,
they want to get to know you. They like the snow piercer. They trying to get through that wall, man. They can't get it, man.
And it's all to the good, but I try to. When somebody said that to me the other day, you know, he was like, man, you the same dude that I met 10 years ago. He was like, I didn't see it. He was trying to understand how I was doing what I was doing, but that's why I thank God for Dad, man. Like Pa showed us how to be a man in a non-threatening way, but they still see the man that can be a threat.
Oh yeah.
If that makes sense. So it's like, hey, I don't want a problem, but don't make me a problem.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you the respect that you want as long as you respect me.
Right.
And we just keep it moving. Now you see me, and you see that if you try me, it can go either way. Like you probably will get me, but what if I get you,
man?
So that's
the equal threat of violence.
Yeah, and that's it. So that's so I'm going, like, when I look at a police officer, it's like I can defend myself, police officer, but I'm going to submit to your authority because you're the officer.
Right.
So everything you say, you control. You in this arena of how can I say it? Officership.
Right. I know what you mean.
Yeah, like so because now we're in your arena, you run the game. Now, okay, so once we step out of that arena, you got to stop being a cop, bro. Like, that's it. You no longer run the game, and then you following suit with everybody else.
You're a civilian.
Yeah. So and that's what we need to understand. Like, I respect your title. Young Thug said something in a song one time that he was like how his mom was saying something, and you about like how when he deal with cops and all that. She was like, because remember, everybody want to be a star. No matter what you do, everybody want to be the star. I don't care if you clean up bathrooms at the job. I mean, if you in your mind, I hope you will want to be the best one at it.
Right.
So when somebody recognizes it, man, you shouldn't even be cleaning bathrooms. Hey, man, we got a position over here, man. How about you just apply to that, man? I'll put in a good word for you because they see that you got that star quality.
Right.
And so.
Yeah, that's real. And it took a while for me to develop that, like, it may not be the job you want, but take it seriously like it's the job you want to be in.
Right.
And like, I'll go out to a restaurant or something, say a server or something, like, I commend people that it's not the career they want to be, but they treat it so respectfully versus a person like at McDonald's or Burger King, they act like they don't want to be there.
Right.
And it's like, I'm like, damn, because sometimes I'll go and I just wish, like, damn, I wish I was a CEO or a HR somewhere, and I just like the way they took my order at the cash register and just like, damn, I want to hire them. I wish I had the ability to hire them right on the spot, because I like how they taking their job serious. So it's like, if you take your job seriously at that level, man, I put you in a Fortune 500 company, you're going to be ecstatic.
Yeah, you're going to fit right in too. Yeah.
I'm like, man, I need to get up on Boss so I can just go hire people at random places.
I mean, that day coming, bro, because you know what we got going right here. Eventually, the team is gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Employer, man.
Yeah. So when we put that out there on what's that, Indeed, and say, yeah, we looking for this person to do that. We looking for a person to get the lighting correct. Yeah.
Eventually we're gonna need that lighting.
So we may just need a person to be our cue person, and they just put up the finger. You know what I mean?
That's a job too. You know what I mean?
It's a job. Like,
you get paid $30,000-$40,000 a year just to put up a finger.
That's it, man.
Jesus.
But, I mean, you need those people on the team.
Yeah.
Because I mean, all the great ones, they have all those people, and you would be surprised if you went on set and you'd be like, it's like 100 people on set.
Yeah, and that, you know what? Like, I'm glad you brought that up. Even though let's get off subject, but it flows with me being in the entertainment industry for a while, right?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't get it. Like, okay, you may see this major artist, but it's so much more. Like, it's so many people in position to put this person in position. Like, it's never just this one artist and then that's it. I'm like, man, it's managers, publicists, business managers, road managers, A&Rs. It's like so publicists. It's like so many people.
Right.
It's like to make this person who they are. Like, y'all don't want to go after those type people. Y'all just want the main artist, right? Because he got the name and he just gonna pass you off or give you some ghost number, what I mean, and never communicate. Like, nah, that ain't who you want to talk to. But that's real though. And I just say to say like it's more than just the face of the company. A lot of people just want to be the face of the company, but it's like it's so much more, man. Like, I mean, let's give an example like Def Jam, Capitol Records, Universal. Like, you can work in the entertainment industry and you don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be a singer. You don't even have to be a producer. You don't have to be an engineer. But companies like that have human resources. They have account billings. They have, they have tech guys. Like, they have, you want to work social media, you can do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many jobs in entertainment industry. You don't have to be a rapper.
And a lot of times, those, the face of that record label or whatever, they're just whoever the hottest artist they have.
Right.
They may be making less money because, I mean,
they gotta pay. They
gotta pay
a lot of them are.
Yeah.
And they don't get it. They have to pay so many people because they have to pay their manager.
Yeah.
The manager don't work for them. No. The artist don't work for the manager. The manager work for the artist. So they got to pay that manager.
Right.
You got to pay that producer. You got to pay that publicist. You got to pay the label.
The image consultant. People
all
don't.
That.
They
the stylist and all that.
Yeah.
The artists have to pay that.
You got influencers. So let's say that artist is on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
They got somebody that you think they really got time to be on there all the time. They got somebody that's
they
doing
got
it
social
for
media
them.
people.
Yeah.
They do that, like,
so they gotta pay them too.
They gotta pay everybody. The artist is the last to get paid. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to record sales, like, all that gotta pay. I mean, and they doing shows, and now that they have what they call, I guess, the 360 deals. I guess, I don't know if they still call that 360 deal, but now they want the artist show money. They want they merchandise, like they put they likeness on a shirt. Now the big labels, want a piece of that action, and it's like,
so they get nothing.
They really get nothing but the look, and to say they have $500,000, $1 million worth of jewelry on, man, that's some of that is loan money.
Dang.
So, and that's how a lot of them get indebted to those labels, because they can't go nowhere. They can't do no music. They can't leave the label. They got to pay all that money back. You're going to leave a label and you like $2 or $3 million in the hole.
Yeah, they own you at that point.
They own you at that point. And that's why a lot of them be frustrated. They be speaking out. Hey, you should look at your contract.
Yeah. And it was something, I want to say it was on Netflix. I didn't finish watching it though, but it was on that level when one of the dudes was talking about, he got like 12 cents a record. He was selling millions of records, and he was like he was selling all over the airways, or his songs was on the radio, and he wasn't making no money. He was like, when he gonna start getting paid? And
I mean,
they broke it down to him when they got him in the office. He was like, everybody in the boardroom, all us got to get paid. The sound engineer, the producers. Right. They had to do features, so everybody getting paid.
The money they put behind you to promote you, that's a loan. You sign for I mean, unless it's, well, like a signing bonus. Say they, $50,000 signing bonus, $100,000 signing bonus. Yes, that's your money. But you want to, I don't know if they put pretty packaging over that term. Now, you want to read your contract and say, is that $100,000 they giving me really just free money to me?
Right.
Or is that a loan towards like my future record sales? So they give you 6 figures and 7 figures towards your album sales.
So one of the stories on there, it made a lot of sense. So the dude was like, he knew P. Diddy, right? And P. Diddy was like, hey, this was like in the 90s. And he was like, hey man, he wanna make a record. I want you to come work with me. And he was like, yeah, man, this, that, and this. And then once he gave him a contract, he was like, yo, how am I gonna get paid? And then
that part.
Right? So then after he said no to the contract, he was like, him and P. Diddy still went out and clubbed and partied and everything. And he was like, what about that deal? He said, oh man, don't worry about it. I was just gonna see if you was gonna take it. See, so he was like, from that point on, he realized that it's just like the streets. Like you gonna punk a dude out just to see if you can punk him out. Right. If you can't punk him out, then you're like, all right, I can't punk him out. So that's a man then.
But
so
they gonna try you once.
They gonna,
right?
that's just human nature. You gotta try them. So he was like, then he realized the industry is just like that. Mm-hmm. They gonna offer you this, see if you go for it.
Of course.
Yeah. If you don't go for it, it's like, all right, just try something else, Mm-hmm. No, you do have to read that fine print. You know what it is. Most people act like they ain't never lived in the streets before. You see all the money.
A lot of them just want to get out too. And I understand that, but they don't make it right. Ignorance of the law don't mean that it's not the law. It just means you just don't know it.
Right.
But it's still law.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, how much do a entertainment lawyer cost that you don't, are you just so excited to get that deal that you just like, is in good faith? You gotta understand it's a business.
Right. It's a business.
It's the business, music business.
So did you ever see that Serena and
the movie?
Yeah, that look.
I haven't seen it. About they pops?
Yeah, about they pops. All right,
I didn't see it.
So, why can't I think of the older sister name right now?
Venus.
All right. So Venus was first up. Mm-hmm. So she the one that got the deal first. And when she got that first deal, she was like, if they willing to give me this now, she must be worth way more than that. So she didn't even sign her first deal they gave her.
Oh, wow.
Because I want to say, I'm probably wrong, but like it was like a 8-figure deal that I want to say Nike or somebody was going to give her. Mm-hmm. And she ain't signed it. Then she went out and whooped like a ranked opponent. And of course, after that match, she ended up getting like 2 or 3 times more than that, what that first offer was.
Right.
So a lot of times when you just want to be out there, like you just said, you take the first offer and you have to think about how if they had that first offer and then after she did what she did in that match, how they come up with a second offer that quick?
Man, that money they already had retained.
They are, yeah, they already, it's like, hey, this our first offer, this our second offer, and this a third offer. So it's like in life, it's a game. Everything is negotiable. Everything.
Right.
Yeah. Even when we go to the store and they got a price on it. Mm-hmm. If I see it's out of place, I'm going to just straight up say, hey, man, I know what it say, but
right,
hey, man, where y'all had it, this ain't what it said. I said, I ain't going to lie to you. I can tell you, we can go over there right now. And you got this in a spot for $25.99, but when I ring it up, $89.99.
Yeah, something right. Well, you got a whole lot. It's not just this one. You got a whole lot of product that's misplaced.
We can cut it in half, sir.
All
right.
That's better.
Yeah, it's better.
It's not that 20, but it definitely ain't that 80.
Yeah. Right. So y'all need to move y'all product out of that area because it's like right here about the $25.99.
But before y'all do that, let me make a few phone calls and have some people come up here so they can pick the wrong product too. Let me put a TV right there.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Nah, that's real though. I mean, yeah, and I mean, even with some of those rappers, I respect, the situation, because the situation may not be the best situation, so they just need a way out of their hood. With now, like especially this generation, man, like everybody got ops. So they just, I guess, need a way out, and that's their way out. Like whether the deal messed up or not, but sometimes, I mean, I guess you sign a messed up deal, but the thing is, if versus you don't, and then 2 or 3 years later you like, what's happening?
That's bruh, that's the worst.
I'd rather go in knowing like, okay, this ain't the best deal.
You just taking it.
You just taking it. All right, can we have some wiggle room right here? Can we negotiate something instead of being 7 albums in 2 years or something, man? Can I just do like 2?
Right.
In a mixtape? You know what I mean? Like, let's get more realistic. You owe all these albums, and then the label is like shutting down all your music, and it's like, God, you indebted to them. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you just coming out with mixtape after mixtape. That's free music.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I mean, if you gonna sign a crappy deal, man, you gotta get the show money or something.
Yeah, and hopefully they don't get a percentage off your show money. Yeah. See, that goes with that 360 deal thing. So now they want some of your show money. It ain't like how it was back in the day. I don't know when they introduced that, but say like in the 90s and 2000s, I don't know, maybe it was after 2005 or something, whatever. They maybe it was talks about 360 deal, and then now it's implemented more so now with these new artists. But I'm talking about back when Busta Rhymes and the Locks and that too, what's his name, St. Louis, Nelly.
Oh, Nelly,
like that artist, Nas and all them, like Jay-Z, they're getting the show money. Like,
right,
that's all them.
Yeah.
Now if they're execs, they're probably putting that new generation in 360 deals. Like, I want you come out with a makeup line, I want a percentage of that. You come out with a clothing line, I want a percentage of that. Shoes, I want I want a percentage of everything now.
See, and man, that's why like you need that team around you, because like Rihanna got a good team around her. I mean, look at all
she's
the money.
Doing exceptionally good, man.
Yeah, that come with a strong team around you. Yeah. I would say probably LeBron James got a strong team around him. Like all his boys, they his boys, but like they contributing, and so
they got a position,
right?
And they play it well.
So when those deals come through, I mean, he balling. So I'm pretty sure he got common sense and he can read too.
Of course,
but if they have more time to say, hey, this deal is like not good,
it's not so best. Well, and they let you know like this is why it's not the best, and now it's up to him. Brian, and they like,
right.
All right, it ain't the best deal, but it's homeboys. They have his best interests, right? So you can trust that they gonna give you the right information versus some random person, some random company that you sign with that they're gonna be in your best interest.
Right.
And it's like they're in your best interest per se. That's still a different entity versus somebody you grew up with. Y'all struggled together. Eating bologna sandwiches. And you just knew that there was always it was something special about them, or something that can help you in your field. And now you have the ability to put them in position. They're gonna be in your best interest more than some secondary company.
Right.
So they're gonna read the fine print. I mean, just like with Ken, right? Ken, I wasn't like, when it comes to the music industry, like reading everything to the T. You know what I mean? Because it's like that interrupted my creativity to a point. Like, God damn. You know what I mean? Let me just be creative, man. Right. Ken to read everything from start to finish. It was like, yeah. You know what I mean? So you need people that gonna do that. Like, you good with money. I might mishandle money, but you good with money. You gonna be like, all right, man, I might not know how to make a beat, but I know where that money going.
Right,
you know what I mean? So it's
right.
like, that's your strong point. You know where it is, and that's not my strong point. Not to say I handle money, but I recognize that you're good with it.
All right.
You're going to be more thorough with it than I am. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, and that's why our last episode we talked about, you know, when it come to building our team, like you can't have everybody. Let's just say everybody want to know what to do with the money. Mm-hmm. Dang. So that's not good because we need some people that's gonna bring in the money.
Right.
We gonna need some people that's gonna, like you say, read contracts.
Because them contracts get tricky.
Yeah, we need somebody that can network well. Somebody that's, you know, can brand. You need people that can network with lawyers and stuff like that, accountants, because
that goes back to the body you was talking about in our last episode. Yeah. Like you don't want nobody that's just me. I don't want another. I mean, of course, I want another creative producer, but you know, when it comes to building a team, I need somebody that, you know, good with finances.
Right.
Over, I need another producer like me. You know.
Yeah, man. Because, and that's real, because like when I think about my wife, man, it's like she my opposite.
Right.
We meant for each other. We gel well together, but like she is my opposite. Like when I'm like all gun ho, because when I hear a business opportunity, I'm like, man, that sounds great.
Are you ready to go all in?
I'm ready to go all in. But then I got my wife to say, what are we really getting?
Yeah, what's in return? Like, how is it beneficial?
And then it's like, all right, so we have the upfront money. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we pay that initial, you know, down payment or whatever. All right, then what? So what are we actually getting from them? So why do we need them if we can do it on our own? Right. And that's just, she's very analytical. Mm-hmm. I'm tunnel vision. I really, like, literally, as soon as I see the end, I'm like, oh, let's go. I'm sprinting. I'm going, you know, and I'm going to knock down every door in our way. I'm going to kick them all down, and I'm going to be looking at where everybody at.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, one of them doors I shouldn't have went through.
Yeah.
Because I see how I'm going to get there. Like, oh, man.
Yeah.
But I just, everything that I dropped along the way, I only could see the end goal.
Right.
You know, but I
drop things that shouldn't have been dropped.
Yeah, so because I know that, I need people around me that's gonna say, man, this dude dropping everything.
Yeah, move different.
You know,
different now.
Put it back in my hand and put, hell, man, you need to keep that. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I am gonna need that while I'm going. Appreciate it. You know,
give you some good insight. I mean, like a president keep the cabinet, right? The cabinet, and you speak Rihanna, right? She got a good team. If she was the president, she got a good cabinet around her. Yeah. You know, and that's the key to success, you know, in anything you do, not just entertainment industry. I mean, your friends, your cabinet, man. So
it apply to everything.
You keep a great cabinet, they can protect the precious things inside that cabinet.
That's it.
You know, which is your interest.
Yep.
Your best interest, man.
Yep.
And I guess we'll finish out on that one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah, this your boy, Face Cap One, and you know.
And it's Joffrey with the G. Thanks for listening.
Always. Peace.